Many things have happened since that moment, when I found her hanged. My mother was the most important to me in this world, and now that she isn't there, I don't know what to do.
I can't go out of my house. I must lock myself up in the dark because of the quarantine. Not even the bills I have paid. I live in a pigsty, a wet place where there are moving things with 8 legs that I prefer to forget.
Since I moved here, my neighbors comment that a sinister noise comes from my house, and they avoid passing me in front of it. Anyway, it's a horrible place. I think I know what is that sound. It's a dim sound that haunts me every time I remember her. Reason why I want to take all the few things I have of her, but something impedes me to do it.
That night I went to my bed, and the roof leaked and knocked me again. It's when, after a short time, I listen that begins to be louder. There was something different. At the remoteness I heard something crawling. I opened my eyes. I saw anything yet, but that kept crawling and the distress was killing me.
It seemed that the door was opening. There wasn't anything behind. The sound was perpetual. On the other hand, out of the closet of my closet, I was sure there was something. I was invaded by the desire of crime, and I wanted to set out the lights, but I couldn't stand up. There's when I saw a light of a car which illuminated my room. I saw the corpse of my mother with us that time. I saw her swinging a few seconds, hearing her pain of her screams, until I couldn't scream too, and jumped out of the bed. For the next car, she wasn't there anymore.
Today I woke up decided to take her things out. All those things that makes me remember her, and the few things she had. I went to the closet where I have all things, just in front of my bed, where my neighbors feared that appeared noise when I wasn't there. The sound of a cymbals that came out of nowhere. And of memories, my tears came out wearing the old boxes, covered of dust. I heard the cymbals moving. I jumped forward when I lighted with my candle because there was the unhappy doll. It was that wretched monkey, staring at me with his freaking aggressive cilantro eyes. Like the first time. Out of his smile came long black branches. I saw terrified how the middle of his head expelled the cotton. From there came out 8 long, crispy legs. A great spider, almost big as the monkey, began to rise.
The spider screamed horrible and jumped over me, pouring his filthy body legs in my eyes. I screamed and I tried to get away from me. I got back and I fell up and slumped back
was a lake, a dark and cold lake.
Apparently I was floating on the water. I began to feel uneasiness over. Also, I noticed that some ocean waves were heard at their remoteness. I tried to stand up in the middle of the darkness, and the water covered up my knees. Again, I saw the blue flash far away. I walked towards to it, but the steps began to be heavier. Maybe I was sinking, but because of the freeze I can't differentiate the water from the surface. As I got closer, there appeared breaks through the water, creating an immense buckler.
Over and over, the sun was closing to me. When it was enough close to me, I watched that it was a little boat, and I couldn't believe who was driving it. Well, the tears started flowing and faded with the darkness of water. There was my mom, my young mom. She extended his hand for taking me out of the lake. It was soft and calm than anything over in the depressing place. I got into the boat with she. She talked to me and we had a conversation like no other in our lives.
The cold water shivered after a frightening shriek, emerged his terrifying smile, and evolved about to burst of anger. We didn't have time to row together. Effectively, the monkey appeared. Now was a complete spawn.
His lower body belonged to Spider. With his 8 legs stood up on the water by Freeze-It. He clapped his cymbals as strong as the waves breaking in a rock, shrieked with hysteria, and quickly reached us. I felt how his legs buried in my chest, my face, while my mother screamed and cried terrified. Soon, the water rised up to rip me off of my mother and sink me